right now, like it's more of the Atlanta area. Like a certain sound
Yeah.
always is running the game at any particular time. I think now, man, it's becoming more of a mixed bag of shit.
Yeah.
Because everything sounds the same to me. I mean, I can't tell where nobody from no more. When I
You
listen to
right.
the music nowadays, it's hard for me to tell. I mean, I guess the West Coast acts have a certain sound to them, but I still hear a lot of stuff that sound like it could easily be from Atlanta.
Hmm.
If you
Yeah,
don't know
yeah. I
who you
think.
listening to, you won't know where the hell they from.
Yeah, pretty much. Because back
Yeah.
then groups was more distinct. Because I would say like if you listen to a Wu Tang song, then you listen to a Bone song, then you listen to an Outkast song, they all
All
sound
different.
totally different. The beats
All different.
different, but now it's like the
Everybody
same beat,
sounded
the
different.
same rhythm. Right.
You know,
Yeah,
now it's
yeah.
all pretty much the same. But don't get me wrong, it still got some good shit coming out. I ain't saying all of the music. We went through a stage in the music where the shit was trash. But now
Hmm.
shit done got a lot better, I will say. My only
Yeah.
thing is it all kind of sound the same.
Right,
Everybody doing
right.
the harmonic rapping now. The harmonic
Mm,
singing, rapping. Everybody doing it. It ain't too many niggas that just rapping no more. But
you right.
I mean, this is a different era. I get it. Shit changes for sure. It
Even a
is what it
different
is.
genre, really.
Yeah, I think this you can definitely come up with a different genre for this. If you wanna just call it trap and put it in that category or whatever you want to call it. But it's like they took Bone Thugs and Harmony, them type of vibes
Mhm.
and ran with it and just turned it in, morphed it into what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because Bone was doing that, not what they doing now, but they was doing that.
yeah, yeah. I'm from
You know
Cleveland.
what I mean? They was doing that kind of
Mhm.
shit. So it's kind of like they took that and they just turned it into what the game is right now. Not everybody, because I think Kendrick, J. Cole, some they still
Right,
spit.
right.
There's a lot of dudes that still spit, but the stuff that we hear on the radio, it's all of that. The harmonic singing, you know,
Hmm.
it's gangster shit though, because they be talking shit. But it's
Right,
the
right.
way they deliver it is with the future kind of vibe. You know what I mean? It is what it
Yeah,
is, though. I
definitely.
fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Cause I think they call it. They got mumble rap, then they got drill, then they got trap rap. They had crunk, they had snap. So it's like,
That's when the shit was trash, bro.
right,
When it was more of the
right.
mumble, I couldn't
Hmm.
fuck with that. Because I couldn't understand what they were saying. See,
Right.
now the shit that's coming out, I can understand the words. They clearly articulating these words now, and and they saying shit too. A lot of this shit they saying some stuff. Like I listen to Roddy Rich music. You know what I mean? And then we
Yeah.
still got the YGs over here rapping,
Hmm.
really rapping that gangster shit. We still got, it's still popping. You know what I mean? It's just you got to dig a little bit to get that real shit. That's all.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because at the time you was coming up, like we were saying, going back to Def Jam, it was you, it was Warren G, and then I think BG Knockout and Drake. They
Yeah,
was on
man, my homies, yeah, they was on Def
yeah,
Jam as well. Which
yeah.
Def
Richie
Jam
Rich went
did
over
his
there too.
who?
Richie
Who else?
Rich
Richie Rich
from
too.
Oakland.
Richie Rich
Hmm.
too, the homie. Yep, he definitely did his thing. Yeah, like I said, it was popping. You know what I mean? During that era. But like I said, dude, I can't. There's not a lot. I think at the end of the day, Def Jam didn't really understand this shit. They even ended up signing Dub C
Wow.
on Def Jam. He ended up on Def Jam. And it's just I don't think Def Jam really ever understood this gangster shit. Or they didn't probably want to understand it. They an East Coast company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They
It could
probably
have
just
been
was
that
trying to
they,
get that bag.
yeah. You know what I mean? We always felt like with us, it was political because when we were signed to Def Jam, Chris Lighty was working for Def Jam. Rest in peace. and him and his brother was both working for Def Jam, and Chris Lighty used to manage Mobb Deep.
Mm.
So I always felt like it was always a monkey wrench in our shit
Right.
because he's high up in the executive branch of Def Jam. Certain things that we need to get cleared and okayed had to go through his brother, and we had hell. Well, I had got a deal from my younger brother, Young Pride, Cali Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
He had a solo deal on Def Jam, and he also had a group called the Evil Side that was on Def Jam. And
Mm.
bro, we couldn't get shit done. You know, it was like hell trying to get things done. And I always felt like it was just politics, bro. And it even happened to us. It happened to us on our last album on Def Jam. You know what I mean? Our album came out. We put out we put out All Day Every Day in West Coast Gangsters, and you know the shit was doing pretty damn good. It was picking up, and then you know it was time for us to do another single and video, and I couldn't get the shit done. You
Mm.
know, it was just it was like no desire to do the shit, even though the motherfucking record was selling like a motherfucker. But
Mm.
you know, it was just like and in between that Murder Squad album and All Day Every Day was like a nice little dead period. You know what I mean? So we was pissed
Mm.
off. We was mad as fuck. By the time we got to All Day Every Day, which was our last Def Jam album, we was pissed. We was pissed. Cause it had been almost 4 years between our last album. Really more than that, because In Gas We Trust came out in 93, I want to say. 93, and All Day
Around
Every
it.
Day came out in like 97. They
Right. It
made
was
us
a
wait.
little minute.
Yeah, they made us wait 4 years to put out another album, bro. Now, in between that, they put out that Murder Squad Nationwide album, which they put the South Central Cartel picture on it, but it wasn't really a South Central Cartel album. That was a compilation album that Havoc did. But they
Mm.
kind of turned it into indirectly a South Central Cartel record, which it wasn't. A lot of people think that was, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? And then me and Havoc had a couple of projects that we did on a different label, because me and Havoc still was signed to the original label that the SCC was on. The only way
Mm-hmm.
we could get the SCC off of that label was to agree to stay there with the Havoc and Prodigy record. So they let us go as the SCC, but me and Havoc had to continue to live up to the obligations of the contract that we had signed with them.
No.
So you know they would piggyback. We put out In Gas We Trust, and this company will put out Kick and Game, and it'll piggyback off of the shit that Def Jam did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Music business, man.
Right,
Crazy shit.
right, man. That's how it goes sometimes. So I wanted to ask you, I mean, what you working on these days? You producing, you
Yeah,
A
yeah,
and
I'm
R,
still
you got some
yeah.
artists, you got a label.
Yeah, I got my label Hood Good Music. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you know, we been doing little singles here and there, the homies, you know, the homie Dizzle, the homie Mick Mo. You know what I mean? I distributed my boy Enemy joint. We got this podcast, Gangster Conversation,
Oh, I'm
going
gonna have to
on.
check that out.
Yeah, man, that's on YouTube. You know, right now it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I'm only on Fridays. I don't do the Monday and Wednesday. My
Okay.
young pride, Cali Pitts, he handled the hosting of that. But I come on, me and LV, we'll pop in every now and then. Matter of fact, Friday we got Corey Holcomb on with
Oh,
us.
okay.
Yeah, he
That's
gonna
what's
come
up.
sit with us, man. So that's gonna be a cool episode right there, man. So you know, we just doing a lot of shit. You know what I mean? We still doing the music. I ain't really doing too much rapping no more, but I'm producing
Right.
this shit. You know what I mean? Shit's
Mm-hmm.
still cool, man. You know, niggas still eating off this shit. I ain't mad at it.
Right, right. Well, I want to salute you, King. I truly appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You helping me take my thing to another level.
Word, man. You know, I appreciate you for reaching out, man. You know, anytime.
Okay, yeah. Well, shit, we gonna wrap it up, and then I'll chop up everything and send it to you. What's the name of the podcast one more time so they
It's
can
called
tune in? I
Gangster
want to check it.
Conversation. Gangster
Gangster
Conversation.
Conversation.
Yeah, well, if you go on YouTube, just go to the official South Central Cartel page. Just I'll stream it from
Okay.
there. You will
Okay,
see that
okay.
shit.
All right, all
I'll
right.
send you a link for the next show, man.
Oh, okay.
You check it out.
All right. Most def. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This has been another episode of Taye Speaks. Until next time, family. Peace.
Word.